There once was a man named Gold Roger who was king of the pirates. He had fame, power, and wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Before they hung him from the gallows, these were the final words he said.
Our perspective is yours for the taking, but you'll have to join us first. We left everything we debated at the Yonkō Table.
Ever since, pirates from all over the world set sail for the Grand Line, searching for the Yonkō Table, the table that will make their dreams come true.
Yo! Welcome to today's latest news Coo special of the Yonkō Table. And boy, oh boy, do we have a news coup for you, because goodness gracious, it seems after some meddling from a disgruntled employee at Sony that the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer leaked, and that forced Sony into a corner. And now Sony has released the official teaser trailer for Spider-Man No Way Home. And of course, us at the Yonkō Table are here to go ahead and dissect it in all of its gloriousness, because goodness gracious, surface level, that's what they gave us. And boy, oh boy, that is a surface I'd rub my face against. But I'm your host for this new news Coo special, GrandMasterHoop, and with me as always is fellow Yonkō, DrJaceAttorney. Dr. Jace, are you okay?
I'm still shaking. There's a lot to take in with this trailer. Funny enough, I don't know if you remember, our very first news coup was on the Spider-Man No Way Home, the title reveal. So
I remember.
I feel like we're coming back home. We're coming back home to where it all began with this.
Yes, a good couple of months later, with that said.
Exactly, but I'm ecstatic. I want to get into the trailer. I'm up for fan theories. I'm ready. I'm hungry. It's late and I'm hungry still.
It is indeed late. On the Western Coast, they got it a little earlier during the day, but that's okay. We stayed up for it. But we are not alone in this fandomonium going on here. With us is some supernovas. We have Supernova Darce. How are you feeling?
Man,
I know you're a fan.
Two of my favorites. We have Spider-Man and Doctor Strange all in one trailer. Woo, baby. Man, this is so great. I can't wait to talk about it more.
Right. What a way to end majority of our nights. So glad you found time in your evening, Darce. And then of course, rounding out our little panel right now, we have Rose, the crafter. Rose, we heard you had to cut your grandma off to come on this call.
Oh my God. I had to expedite the call for the betterment of me and her, but I love her to death. You know, normally when I come to Yonkō Table, I'm hungry. Today I didn't expect to be at the table at this time of night, but every now and then I like to get me a nighttime snack, and it looks like this nighttime snack was served by Sony today, and I'm here. I might not even be wearing pants right now. We don't know. That's how quick I got up.
That's okay. That's okay. I'm sure people were midway in their dreams waking up for this baby right here. But hey, without further ado, let's just get into it. And actually, real quick, how many of y'all watched the leak? Did y'all watch the leak?
I did not watch the leak.
I did.
I held in.
Okay.
Actually,
I watched it too, but
my question is, because I still haven't seen it. Was the leak legit?
You can't see it's legit, but you can't really see anything.
You can't point it out, yeah.
And it was the entire trailer that was in the original leak?
I think
but
majority
without the animation.
There was some unfinished scenes, yeah. Mm-hmm. So even if you watch the leak, I think fuck the leak. I'm sorry.
At this point.
No, at this point, because what we were given from the real thing. Goodness gracious. All right, let's get into it. All right. Trailer picks up. Peter and MJ are, talking about what is life now that everybody knows Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So that picks up directly off of, where we left off on Far From Home. And goodness, we've already talked about a lot. One, y'all heard J.K. Simmons again. Jay Jonah. So that's cool. He's back again. Love him. And we see Peter being interrogated by some cops, you know, and that begs the question, man. Peter's going to need some counsel. And as earlier rumors would like to point out, our boy could be coming up. Yeah, he could be. He could
Matt
be.
Murdock.
Matt Murdock.
He's going to need a good attorney. That's right.
He's going to need a real good attorney. There's no way Peter is going in there blind, you know.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I did not do that on purpose.
No, there's no way. There's no way.
I promise you, I did not do that on purpose. That was really good. That was really good.
The tact was spot on. That was good. I'll give you that one.
I'm sorry. But yes, you know, of course, Tony Stark's people are not going to let Peter go in without an attorney for sure. And as we saw, Happy makes a return in the movie as well. So I think we'll forever be seeing the seeds of, you know, the Tony Stark like lineage as far as the Iron Man films sprinkled throughout these Spider-Man films. And that's okay. That's okay.
Some
but of
people
course,
would disagree.
I mean, I disagree with all the villains having this significant role in Peter's life. I could do without that, but I'm okay with seeds of Tony Stark.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, at this point, it's just accepted. So
Yeah.
It's
move
a different
forward
take.
and let it
Different
build.
take.
Yeah, it's
It's
different. take.
integral at this point to
Yeah.
the
He's the
overall.
person's Uncle Ben.
Oh, what? Well,
I want to call him an Uncle Ben. I would call him more like a Mr. Dickovich of the Tom Holland film. Rent. Yes, that guy. That guy.
Right.
But you know, in typical good boy fashion, this isn't just about Peter. Peter's worried about the people. Okay, you gotta go.
oh my God.
He has an opinion too. You gotta let little Romeo back on.
That squeaker is not it. That squeaker is not it. So yes, where were we? Goodness gracious. Peter is a good Peter is a good person. He's not only worried about himself, he's worried about, you know, we see his best friend Ned being interrogated. We see Aunt May being interrogated. Peter is looking out for his loved ones in this. And he's like, man, I just wish there was a way to undo it all, for people to forget that I'm Spider-Man. And
He goes to the one magic man.
well, he glances at that little, I think it was a pumpkin. He glanced at that little pumpkin with a sorcerer on it. Darce, you knew it was coming,
okay.
right?
Okay.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
And-
knew something.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
you even have Juan there that was like, you know what? You don't do that spell. Come on, man. Don't do it.
Mhm.
And in typical Stephen Strange fashion, you tell him not to push the limits of his sorcerer supremeness. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
That's why we love him. He pushes
Yeah.
boundaries.
That's why he's great. Yeah, you know, you're not gonna be great if you just stick to the, you know, the status quo.
But did you hear that one quote that he said? It's crazy how little we know about the multiverse. Even him being the Sorcerer Supreme who knows all of this magic stuff, he doesn't really know much about the multiverse. And I have a theory that as soon as the end of Loki and the end of Wanda happen, he goes and he meddles in with it and it all ties in at the same time. And that's when multiverse madness breaks out.
Everything implodes on itself.
In the middle of the spell.
Very well. We also see Peter, you know, he's like, I guess, tampering with the spell as he steps in the circle as Strange is casting. And he's like, you know,
Right.
what about Ned? Ned can't forget. Oh, MJ, all our time spent together. Aunt May should know. And you see Dr. Strange like, stop meddling with the spell. You gotta stop.
Right.
You gotta
Which is
stop.
kind of strange because I'm like,
Strange.
you could just tell the okay. But like, couldn't he just tell them again? Like after the spell is over? You know?
I mean, he could, but
Like-
it's just a reset.
I mean, yeah,
would
he would have to.
imagine.
He would have
I-
to reset for sure. I just didn't see like the big deal of like him freaking out. Like, oh well, I mean, what about Aunt May? I get it. No one wants to start from zero or scratch again.
Right.
But I mean, he's in he's up shit creek without a paddle now because he's even more screwed than if he just shut up during the spell. I'm hoping it's not just that. I'm hoping there was like some more going on that caused the spell to like go haywire and not just Peter.
I'm telling you, it's Loki.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Loki.
that theory sounds pretty sound. Maybe just everything imploded at the same time, and Strange didn't realize all that rest of it was going on, and just poor timing. Chaos personified.
Chaos
Well.
control.
Who knows? But this looks definitely to be the first, I think, real effect of any kind of Wanda meddling, Strange, and Loki meddling. So the trailer then shows us Peter looks like he's in the mirror world, the mirror dimension, leaping off the folding city. So
Yeah.
it looks like we're gonna get a lot of aspects of Doctor Strange in this film. Not just he's not just here to serve as the
Good.
the MacGuffin to move the plot along. Looks like
Right.
he's gonna be pretty integral to everything going on here. We see some cool scenes with Peter running on a train.
Oh,
Oh.
you think everything's gonna be a reference, or
There's no way. Okay, I was pausing that train a lot. Okay.
you were trying to were you trying to catch the scene? Like they're
I think
all
it's the train.
dark-
I think it's the
dark
train.
image?
I think it's the train.
Do you think
Now
it's
for
that
our
train?
listener, the trains of who?
The train,
Of
the
when?
quintessential Spider-Man 2 train sequence. I think
There
it's
you
the
go.
train.
Okay.
I stand by
fun.
it.
Okay. All right.
I like
So-
it.
On this train scene, though, it looked like Doctor Strange was kind of, I don't want to say attacking Peter, but like he was doing something to like try to contain him. I wonder if this spell backfired and now he's like, he doesn't know who Spider-Man is. And he's like,
Yes.
oh, you know what? Let me go and put him in the mirror dimension and let me go and put him through
Yes.
the multiverse. So this is going to be some crazy stuff.
I will say we'll get into the villains of it all, but there was like, if you go back and watch the trailer, there was like a monstrous thing that like kind of screamed or gnarled or roared at Peter. Yes, go back and watch. I watched it a couple of
Okay.
times,
Okay.
and that definitely comes from the mystical element. But we haven't had a Spider-Man villain like that, so there might be some higher powers at play here when tapping into the multiverse and everything.
So do we think there's going to be like probably a central villain outside of the cameo villains that we're going to talk about in a little bit?
I don't think they're cameo, but I think,
Oh, okay.
I think someone else is coming to meddle with everything going on here.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see, and we'll see. And if you keep going with the trailer, we see Doctor Strange do the push him out the body into the astral projection.
Right.
Why is he
right.
doing that to Peter?
He's tired of his shenanigans. His shenanigans got him in that scenario to begin with.
Maybe, but Peter, again, I really broke down the scene. He's carrying some mystical artifact, and it looks like he was trying to give it to Strange. And Strange's got a kind of mean look on his face right now.
Telling
So
you, he's probably like, who are you? I've never met a Spider-Man before.
Mhm.
Yeah, it
Actually,
sounds like
that would make sense because then he would be stuck there. Hence the title, No Way Home. That was his one key to probably getting back to how his world was, Strange. And if Strange doesn't
Oh.
recognize him,
wait a minute. What if they got sent into a different dimension? A different multiverse?
Who?
wait, who?
Peter and
Yeah, wait.
Strange. What if they end up in Sam Raimi's universe?
Oh, that
No, because
no.
Doc Ock
Why-
would be there.
But why would they
That
end up
would-
there?
GG.
They got sent there. Think about it. We kept thinking they're coming to Tom Holland's world. Why couldn't he go to theirs?
I mean, it's plausible. It's just, I don't know. Like, I feel like if you're going into Raimi's world and then you're opening other portals for Raimi villains to come back into Raimi's world, I don't know. Maybe I'm
I'm
thinking
just
too much
saying.
into it.
I'm just saying.
I don't know because Happy looked like when Happy was in there, it looked like the city was in turmoil.
Well, again,
Happy's not part of Raimi's world.
think about it. Y'all thinking too small. Just because they're in Sam Raimi's world doesn't mean others are in Tom Holland's world. It is a multiverse of madness. everything's mixed up and jabingled. Okay.
That's the wrong movie title.
Well, what's
You gotta wait for the match for
He's
later.
trying to get home.
But wait, so he's trying. The spell is
Okay.
so people forget that he's Spider-Man, right?
Correct.
So if he gets thrown into Sam Raimi's world, there's a different Spider-Man with a
Right.
different identity.
But also, they don't know Peter Parker's Spider-Man in that film
Also,
universe.
yes,
Mm.
it's
Are
possible.
people that do know,
There's not the whole world.
not the whole
But there's a
world,
select
but
cast
obviously-
that do know though.
A select cast. The
everyone
only one who
that's on
knows
the
is Mary
train.
Jane.
And Aunt May. Aunt May hinted that she
Aunt
knew.
May
Well, what
don't
did he say?
know.
What does he say? He says the world doesn't know.
Yes,
The
the,
world
whole
wouldn't
world. He
know.
says the
That's
whole
his.
world.
That's his world. So you might be onto something. His world doesn't know.
Thank you.
Could be.
It's
Open
possible.
your minds. Anything is possible here.
I am seeing that scene that you're talking about where Strange, he's pushing Peter into the astral realm. He looks pissed in that scene.
He does look
Like,
right.
he looks like he's angry at, I don't know if it's that.
Tell me, Doc
He's angry
Strange
at
doesn't
Peter?
know who he is.
Also at that point, who does Peter go to at that point? The
Right?
Avengers don't know who Spider-Man is now.
Right?
And
Nobody
that's-
knows who Spider-Man is.
And that's another question too. Like he's swapping between suits because he has the Iron Spider suit in this trailer. So is that like is he himself swapping between those suits, or are there like other versions of him coming into this world? And so you have, you know, the red and black Spider-Man suit, and then his past version of Iron Spider coming in as well. Because I don't know, it was kind of weird. Like, wouldn't you stick with the same suit? Like
Different suit for different situation, maybe.
Yeah,
How would
because
you-
remember, even in the comic books, he has to have different webbing for different bad guys.
But did
Like,
they
he has to have
confirm
those
with
electric
Iron
webs.
Spider in the MCU that he has like unique like I guess webbing like similar to the comics?
I mean, they never, you know, for example, like fighting
'Cause
Hydro.
I know he
Man.
has the arms, right? He has the
Yeah,
arms.
but like they never, you know, for Hydro Man, he had that webbing that could make Hydro Man dry up and whatnot. That has never
Okay,
come
right.
into play yet. So
But
we
that's
haven't
the
seen.
Stark. That's the Stark suit, no?
Yeah, it's a Stark suit.
The Iron suit is a Stark suit.
They're all
Essentially,
Stark
it
suits.
wouldn't. Yeah. So
Yeah.
essentially, it wouldn't exist anymore. So maybe to Dr. Jason's point, maybe it is a past or a
And
different
actually-
iteration of.
Well,
Um,
you can't change what happened in the past. You can only change what's moving forward. So
So
it's
he
not
still
like
had the suit.
he's never done anything Spider-Man related. They just don't know that who's Spider-Man or that there is a Spider-Man.
There's a lot of gaps here.
And not
I
only
mean,
that,
Tony Stark is
you-
gone, so
You remember the toy line where they basically revealed what his suit's gonna look like?
Yeah, we
We didn't
saw
see
another new
Really?
suit. Yep.
But
Saw.
we didn't see it in the trailer, right?
No, well, I'm actually deep. As we are talking, I'm scrolling and pausing, and we
I
can
don't
talk
think we
about this
do.
now. There is a scene where we see a giant lightning bolt strike.
Electro.
It's got to be Electro. If you
Huh.
pause it at the right moment, I think you can see his new suit, which is supposed to be kind of like a mystical suit with mystical elements to it.
Oh,
You
cool.
pause it
Also, you can
at a
actually
certain
see
point.
him,
You can kind of make it out,
or see
but
a
again,
picture.
you gotta really slow it down, so you can kind of make it out because it's got kind of like that black top to it and whatnot. But
Okay.
yeah, hey, Electro is no longer blue. And
Right.
we already know Jamie Foxx is coming back. So
Right. Well, it's kind of weird. Like they didn't give him like any I guess like audio tease, because you know we have the other two villains. You hear them. you hear that Defoe laugh. It's iconic. I love it. And then you have the hello Peter at the end. But Jamie Foxx, he doesn't get anything. I mean, is
I
it because
think they're saving it for the next trailer when they show the other two cameo.
Oh, they're
guys.
definitely saving it. They're definitely saving it.
Okay. So show
This
off
is
the
a
villain.
teaser trailer.
This teaser was
Right.
2.5 minutes, man.
For
Like,
real. This is not a this is
this is a trailer. This is a trailer. I really hate that they're starting to call these teasers. Those teasers used to be like 30 seconds. They were a tease. You would see one scene and that's it. That's all
I
you
don't
would
think
get.
they really had a choice at this moment. Like this morning, it leaked, and so they're like, "Oh man, we were."
So you
waiting
think that's
for
why?
the Shang-Chi movie? Yeah, So they just had to call it teaser.
Call it what you want. It was still great. Oh no, look who's here. Everybody, NinoDesplazado has joined us. Nino, you're just gonna hop on in. You're gonna pick up where we are, okay, Nino? All right. Here we are. We are now at the scene. We see Peter on a freeway, and he's in some kind of battle. And we see what only a few, like Darce said, predicted. Well, we see, which I think is the best part of the trailer, because we already knew about others. We see a pumpkin bomb. And not only just a pumpkin bomb. Look at that design of that pumpkin bomb. That is a Norman Osborn, Willem Dafoe pumpkin bomb.
Trick or treat, smell my feet. Time to throw you off the street.
Out am I?
Revenge me! Iconic. No, the laugh. The laugh. I loved it. That's all I needed.
That's all you need. That's confirmation.
The pumpkin bomb was like a nice like icing on the cake. The laugh would have just sold me already because I would have recognized it immediately.
But the laugh confirms that's Willem Dafoe.
Right, exactly.
Like, you could have thrown a pumpkin bomb. For all we know, that could have been freaking James Franco.
No. You don't like New Goblin?
He could come back.
No, James
Bobby
Franco's
Jr.?
under hot water.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say James
Oh
Franco
yeah,
will not be.
yeah.
We don't want Gobby Jr. in the movie.
Got me
Gonna cry.
Bobby Jr.
Gonna cry.
I'm
okay with him not being in the film.
As long
Actually,
as it's not the other Green Goblin, or the Hobgoblin.
the
from,
Hobgoblin.
No, he's the Green Goblin. You talking about
Yeah, the Hobgoblin
Dane
is-
DeHaan from Andrew Garfield?
Amazing
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Oh,
He
ew, no, dear God.
I don't want that in here.
No, the pumpkin bomb was specifically reminiscent of the Raimi films.
Right,
So-
right.
They might just bring back a villain from every movie because I know that it was rumored that Electro from
No,
Jamie Foxx's.
That's not a rumor. He's in the cast
He's in
list.
it.
So they might just
Yeah.
bring back, I don't know what villain they're gonna bring back for Amazing Spider-Man because
Electro.
there was no villain. I'm talking if they're bringing
The
back
first
like
one.
one from each movie. The first Amazing Spider-Man didn't have a villain. They just had a cardboard cutout of a lizard and called it a villain.
No, they had a villain.
No, he's being petty.
No, Spider-Man was the villain.
Oh, you?
Oh, yes,
Specifically,
I agree.
Andrew Garfield. Yeah,
I agree. Yes.
No,
talking about how
Spider-Man.
he was an asshole.
he was.
100%.
Right.
Spider-Man was, yeah, for sure.
Hated those movies. Ruined Spider-Man.
Did you guys notice Peter, he had a black suit in
Yeah,
did.
I did notice that. He was
Yeah,
running through the school in a black suit.
Yeah, and I kept pausing it because I wanted to confirm if that was Tom Holland or not. I'm pretty sure it's Tom Holland, but like I thought it was Toby for a second. I had to
Wait,
keep-
where?
There's a
When
scene
he's
early
running,
on.
yeah, he's running
It
through like a
looks like-
diner
Yes.
and he's wearing a black suit.
Yes.
A
Yeah,
diner.
it looks like a
Yes.
Venom suit.
It's
'cause
literally
crawling
like
up.
it's like 2-3 seconds. Like he's looking around, he takes off his mask and he starts running. But it's
A
a black
diner?
suit.
Yeah.
It might be a diner, it might be a
He's in the
lunchroom,
cafeteria at the school.
could be a
Yeah,
cafeteria.
maybe it's cafeteria.
Oh, I don't remember seeing that.
It was very
watched
quick.
the
It was like a
trailer 50
transition.
times.
It's not. It's like black and gold.
There's
if
gold in it?
If it's black
Yeah.
and gold, that's
It's not the symbiote. It's not the symbiote.
If it's
costume.
black and gold, that is the Doctor Strange suit.
Yes. Yes, you're right.
Oh, okay.
There's a Doctor
You know,
Strange suit.
Peter's a smart guy. He might have been able to pick up on some of Strange's spells, and that's kind of what happened to the original spell that made the spell kind of go haywire.
Possibly.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, Peter's part of the Illuminati. He's a smart kid.
Is he?
But by the way, Grandmaster, if you're looking at the trailer, it's at 1:15.
Oh,
Exactly at
1:15.
1:15.
I actually am looking at this trailer. So
I think it
can't-
might be,
I can't keep my eyes off it. I can't look away. Oh yeah, no, that's the okay. I see it. I think that's the new Doctor Strange suit. That's not a
the new one?
symbiote.
Okay.
No,
Yeah, no, it's not a symbiote.
So is that
Try to
wasn't
tease
the
us.
toy line?
That was the toy. That was
was?
the toy. Yes.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
I don't remember it being like majority black on the suit.
It's like it's more of a black grayish with a blue tint to it.
okay.
But of course, you know, it's probably gonna come off very black. And it also has like gold outlines on it as well.
Right.
Yes.
I'm sold by it then. I mean, my imagination was running wild, you know, because I saw it. I saw a black suit. I'm like, oh my God, they're teasing it already. All right, let's go. And
I mean,
I'll take the Doctor Strange variant suit. Fine.
I'm just
I'll
at
take
the
it.
end of this film, maybe a symbiote might make its way through a portal.
And then you'll get your Venom crossover that you've always wanted with
I just
Tom
want to
Hardy.
point. I don't want that, but you know who does want it? Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy
does?
wants it. He's
Yeah.
come
Yeah.
out.
And you
and
should
said
want
it.
it by default because he'll throw in so much passion behind that.
And he's a good Eddie Brock. He really is a good Eddie Brock.
Yeah,
I
but
hate that they changed it to San Francisco because Eddie Brock is the only person that's more from New York than Eddie Brock is Joey Wheeler from the 4Kids dub of
Oh
Yu-Gi-Oh.
my goodness.
oh my, that's terrible. Terrible.
Joey Wheeler.
Hey, you want to play a card game?
Hey Peter, come over here. Let me go take your picture of Spider-Man with my time wizard.
My baby
We're the
dragon.
Time Wizard.
No,
Exactly.
stop. We are digressing.
There we go.
Let's cap off this teaser trailer. And we knew it was coming, especially those who watched the leak. But out comes one of the big old arms. And we get our first look at a de-aged Alfred Molina back in black as Dr. Octopus. And
I
boy,
love
oh
it.
boy, what a welcome return. I tip my hat to the man. Looks better than ever.
So, with this doc, him saying "Hello, Peter," that's a different Spider-Man. You know, that's Tom Holland. So, could this possibly mean we get a little Toby action at that moment?
Oh, definitely.
He might not be talking
Absolutely.
yet. He
Yeah.
might not be talking to Tom Holland. You're right.
Do you remember that thing that Alfred Molina said where he basically, in a way, spoiled where his character went after the end of Spider-Man 2? Like,
He said, I woke up right in the river.
do you think that's still a red herring or?
That's not a red. Oh,
No, I remember
this
when we did that episode, you said it might be a red herring. You
Listen,
did.
I mean, yes, him talking to the press saying that is a red herring, but there's no way this is not the same. Are you implying this is not
No,
Doc Ock
I
from
think
Spider-Man
it is.
2?
I think it's the same Doc Ock, but I think what he was saying, because I know some people were kind of annoyed that it's the same version of Doc Ock that somehow survived that, the end of Spider-Man 2 and was just doing what exactly? And then now he's in Spider-Man No Way Home and he's acting like, oh, I know what's going on. Hello, Peter.
I don't know about that because that Doc Ock had a whole character
Redemptive.
change towards the end. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, question. Could it be a superior Spider-Man out there?
Ooh.
And Peter looking
Ooh.
for superior
those
Spider-Man?
But I think what do you call it? I think in that case, they might be, because I know that they've been talking about doing Spider-Verse, like a proper Spider-Verse movie. And I think this might be the one that leads into the Spider-Verse movie, because this one is still going to be revolving around, Peter's identity and et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know. Superior Spider-Man. I think if all the other Spider-Man come in this movie, they're going to be hinted at, or they're going to come in at the end and then they're like, we have a bigger problem. And
So,
Well, if
who do we
Superior
think is
comes
gonna
in, they'll
play
have
the
to fight.
Superior?
He'll have to fight Superior because Superior is Spider-Man with Doc Ock's brain. So
Right.
but Doc Ock is good when he's Superior
Well,
Spider-Man.
listen, we keep assuming that this Doc Ock, one, I believe it's still the same one. However, he could have been pulled from his dimension before his redemptive arc at the end of the film.
true.
True, yeah.
So he's still crazy.
Shoot, we're assuming he's coming back as a villain.
Yeah,
That's also true.
That's
Well,
the assumption with all
That's
these
what we're messing
villains.
around with now.
Yeah.
Right.
Are they coming
So-
back with their, I guess, motivation still intact? Are they still, batshit crazy? Like, is Electro still Electro in the same way Green Goblin?
Electro and Green Goblin were never redeemed. You
They
know?
were.
Well, Norman, he was like, Peter, don't tell Harry.
That's not redeemed.
It was redeemed.
Electro,
That was
his
Electro
son.
was redeemed. Electro was redeemed too in the he had the sequel, The Soloist.
Shut
that was
the
a
hell.
legacy.
Goodbye.
Absolutely not. That movie was just as bad.
Oh man. But
Do we think we're gonna see another actor play Spider-Man?
Ooh,
No.
Like a new one?
Like a
They-
new one?
I
We're gonna
I
get Drake
cannot.
Bell playing Spider-Man.
Oh, I don't know about
definitely
Drake
not
Bell.
Drake
I-
Bell.
Drake Bell's
I think I
under
can
hot
confirm
water
it.
too. They
Yeah, I
don't
can-
want
Is he
any-
really?
Yes,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
I
in
don't
big
know
hot
anything.
water.
Yikes.
He's in isn't he going to jail right now?
He's probably
Why?
in jail right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
You don't want.
Yeah,
that's
just go ahead and do some research after, once we conclude.
But
I'm just gonna stop naming
you know what would be amazing?
bad white
But
men.
this is in the ballpark of what do you call it? Of things that probably won't happen. Is if they get one of the animated or one of the video game Spider-Man
That's
to
what I
come
want.
in. Like if
Wait
they
a-
somehow
didn't-
bring back a version of Spider-Man from Spectacular Spider-Man,
That'll be fun.
they won't happen.
The
But
cartoon.
I'm just saying.
yeah, let's have
You
fun
want
with
to
it.
see an animated Josh Keaton voice Spectacular Spider-Man. If you know the song, screw it.
I don't.
We
Oh, you
do.
And we all do. One
But
of the
wait,
best
didn't they
intro songs.
take the time to change the PS4 character? Like they reanimated the PS4 Spider-Man.
That
They
is true.
remodeled him.
That is true.
So that takes a
They-
lot of work. I wonder why.
Do we see Miles in this movie?
No.
No.
As much as I
Supposedly-
want to see Miles, let's not see Miles. I
Let's
don't want
leave-
Miles to
yeah.
be a sideline character. I need
Right.
Miles to have more spotlight.
Let-
If anything,
this
they need
be-
to tease him at the very, very end.
Let
Maybe.
this be a celebration of the Spider-Man in the franchise that came before.
No, for sure. Like for Miles, I don't want him to just be, oh look, this is another version of Spider-Man that makes a cameo appearance, and here you go. Like I want the reveal for Miles at some point in the MCU to be like a proper passing of the torch, like to shift the focus onto him. So
Yeah.
leave Miles out of it. Just celebrate all these different, I guess. Peter
But what if
Parkers.
they get the Miles from Into the Spider-Verse?
No.
No, just
No.
Miles in. You can't throw Miles in there because then it spoils.
He's
just having-
animated.
He's animated.
It's nothing wrong with being animated. Get that out your
You're
mind.
not gonna
It's-
throw an animate. No.
it's
Marvel's
the
gonna
Miles.
step
Have you not
card.
seen
It's-
Have you not seen Space Jam?
Marvel is going. I mean, sorry. Yes, Marvel. Kevin Feige is going to step in and say, "We draw the line there. We draw the line. Y'all pushed it with the Aunt May as a secret spy film. Y'all pushed it with the
You didn't
Craven
think
the
that had
Hunter.
potential?
They said enough. They said enough. We're not going to see an animated version of any Spider-Man in this film.
You want to stand on that
Here's
hill?
I stand on that hill. I die on that hill.
Okay.
Here's another question. So the rumors was that this movie would have Craven the Hunter originally as the villain. Yeah, no, it was.
no,
I'm
you're
not
right,
shaking my
you're
head
right,
at.
yeah.
I'm not saying no to. They said. I'm saying no as bad idea.
Yeah, because I think he might have had to go to. From what I heard, I thought he was going to go to Wakanda to get some refuge, but I think they're kind of scrapping, trying to do
that
anything with that.
idea. But yeah, the biggest questions, the biggest takeaways is who is the villain in this movie?
Yeah.
What direction? And I don't know the answers to that by any of the future trailers, by anything else said. I hope it becomes something where, like at the end of Far From Home, no one expected the end, like the end credit scene of Far From Home. I
Right.
hope that this movie keeps that same energy and doesn't tell me anything, and I'm generally surprised by where the movie goes. So I honestly hope we don't get a theatrical trailer. I hope that this is
We
it.
will. No, we're definitely getting theatrical. At least for Eternals, we're gonna get one. But I have a question. We're talking about all the Spider-Man out there. Do we think we're gonna see Spider-Gwen or even Black Cat?
What
No.
you shaking your head for? Why?
Why not? It's possible.
Because it's the
totally
same.
possible.
It's the same concept with the Miles. They deserve better than just a quick little intro into these films. They're not established. These Marvel
I can
studios
get it. I can get
Into the
it.
Spider-Verse made bank. That
that
movie is
she's an
established
integral
those characters.
character. That's not the same
Yeah.
thing.
Well,
Here's the
there's still
real
there's still
question
some
that no one
variation of
asked.
Spider Women that could be sprinkled in.
Here's
Right.
the
But we don't
question
want to sprinkle in. You want to sprinkle?
But maybe
in?
they're introducing one for what's to come in the future of
It-
the Spider series.
Then
They-
do it at
they-
the end
they
of the
were in
film.
talks of having an all-female Avengers type movie coming out. You never know.
But here's
Do
the
it
real
in the
question.
mid credits.
Here's the real question.
Huh?
Will we see Scream in the movie?
No.
Will we see
Who?
Silver Sable in the movie? If that movie doesn't
Scream
have
is
gonna
Silver
be in
Sable,
Venom.
it's obviously a fail.
That'd be
What?
fun. Silver Sable, that'd be fun. Why
Silver
not?
Sable will be fun. But I think because we already had what's her name, Felicity something or Felicia
Felicia Hardy.
Yeah, we already saw her tease the role of Black Cat, and I thought she would have been a great Black Cat. So who knows? Maybe she comes from Garfield's world.
Wait,
You never know.
where
Okay,
was she
if-
teased from? She was teased in the Spider-Man.
She
movie?
was in The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh wow,
she-
I don't
she
remember
was-
that.
I mean, tease. It was really
Felicity
just a name.
Jones, that's her name.
It was a name drop. No, that's the name of the actress, Felicity Jones.
Yeah,
Felicity
Felicia
Jones played Felicia.
Hardy.
Hardy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right.
Do they
Okay.
sprinkle
So-
in Jessica Drew, Spider Woman?
No.
Okay.
Good Drew. That would be fun.
No.
You
Totally
just
different.
want a one-gender Spider-Man movie, don't you,
I
Grandmaster?
think the women characters deserve their own film where they get their equal amount of shot.
What about Silk?
We saw Black
No.
We
What
saw
about-
Captain Marvel.
Do we see a version of Ezekiel in this movie?
Oh my goodness.
Now we're getting
Now we're
deep.
we're really
Ezekiel?
getting into
Is that the
the deep
clone?
cuts. No,
No.
Ezekiel is
No,
the
isn't
old
that-
man who said that Peter was chosen, and this leads into the Spider-Verse. Like in the comics, how there was this old man. He was like, "Oh, Peter, you were chosen by the spider," and then Peter dies. Like he gets his eye ripped out by the vampire hunter, and then the vampire hunters come back and start Spider-Verse in the comics.
No.
But no,
No,
I'm just
with respect to
trolling at
that.
this point.
Ben Riley.
No.
Ben Riley.
Isn't that the
Scarlet
clone?
Spider.
Yeah, that's the
Ben
clone.
Riley's the clone. Yes.
Here's another question that I really think that this would be a really good opportunity for this movie to do. Will we see Uncle Ben in this movie?
Yes.
I think
Wait,
this
which
is a perfect
version?
opportunity.
Which version of
There's only two versions that
Well-
can possibly go because one of the actors I think passed away.
Cliff Robinson, the great Cliff Robinson, passed
Oh
a
wow.
couple years back. Yes.
So
Okay.
I think it has to be the actor from either Amazing Spider-Man, or we can finally see the MCU version of Uncle Ben.
I don't think we're gonna get any because I know Marvel wants to kind of like stay away from that storyline. They don't really want Uncle Ben to be the main. That's what Tony Stark was. Tony Stark was his Uncle Ben in this.
But there's still an Uncle Ben. They just not.
They're always
Cramming
They
it
don't
in
want to
a family.
retell the same
yeah
story.
and I actually saw an analysis that said that in the first Homecoming movie, the suit was representative of Uncle Ben. The reason why he puts it on wasn't because of Tony, it was because of his promise to Uncle Ben. But like that was like really diving into it, and you have to I don't even have the link to it anymore, but it's just an interesting thing. He does exist, and he's the reason why Peter starts terroring in the first place in in these
That
films.
story was done twice. They're not gonna do it again, and they're not gonna bring.
You're not
it
gonna
back.
see Uncle Ben die again. That's not what he's saying. I have the theory, and I know the perfect way to do it. They're gonna bring in Toby, and I know some people
Oh.
already theorized this too. and Toby's gonna be Spider-Man, but Tom Holland's gonna see him and he's gonna be like, Uncle Ben?
What?
No, ew, no.
I would love
Ew,
that.
I'm
no.
literally about
I
to
would
throw
love
up
that.
in my
Yes.
mouth. That's a horrible theory.
Yes.
Wow.
No, it's
No.
not. That's a great theory.
Wait. So you think that he's like the image of Toby is
Toby-
reminiscent of Uncle Ben
Toby-
from his timeline?
Right.
No.
Ew, no, don't do that.
That's
I
not
mean,
It's the
theory.
they're
same-
putting
it's the
Toby
same
and
thing.
Marissa Tomei
It's the same thing that
together,
the Flash
right?
did. You know how the Flash had, what do you call
Yeah.
it?
They did that on the TV show.
Yeah, and it worked and it was great. Let's do it
No,
here.
we're not
And this
gonna
would
do
be
this here.
better.
No.
Better. Be better.
I
Listen,
don't know.
we could go on for days with this theory.
You might as
listen.
well say Sam Raimi's Spider-Man comes in, and after they fight Doc Ock and everyone, he takes off his mask and it's Uncle Ben. No, it's literally Uncle Ben. It's Uncle Ben.
To
Like,
Tom Holland's character.
No, Uncle Ben,
I see what
not
you're saying.
Peter, just Uncle Ben.
To Tom Holland's character.
No,
I stand by it. I stand by
stand
it.
with
I
him.
downvote that.
Listen, fellas, we were given a great trailer, a great teaser. We're
Yes.
given some great little things to look forward to. Closing thoughts. Let's close this up. That way people can watch this immediately.
Bruce Campbell better make a guest appearance. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes.
Could be very possible.
I'm hoping Toby and Andrew make cameos as well. I did see some photos going around, leaking around, saying that these might be leaked images. I think they're fake. But hey, Andrew, I think from last month he was saying, or it was like in June, he was saying he didn't get a call yet to be in No Way Home. I'm calling Andrew out. I think he's lying. He's in this movie, 100%.
Unfortunately, I think so too.
Unfortunately. All right.
I hate that Spider-Man.
As
so
long as Doctor Strange doesn't become Tony Stark to Spider-Man again, then I'm fine.
agreed.
I don't need that webalized spun again.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Web
I
of
think-
lies.
I think the more this movie relies on exploring the ideas brought into the comics by Spider-Verse rather than One More Day, this movie will be more successful. Because One More Day was a stink pile of a run. So
That was a really bad comment.
yeah, it really is. But they're doing it. They're basically doing it in this movie. But the more that they stick to the exploration and the overall enjoyment of Spider-Man, the more this movie will succeed.
Definitely.
All right. This movie is going to do great because they're giving us what they want. It's a comic book movie. We are getting multiple characters from, multiple stories coming together in one. And it's going to play out like a little child in their toy box. And they are just having a go. And again, I'll say, I haven't said this. Willem Dafoe, he said, they asked him, are you going to be in the movie? And he said, let's talk about the movie after the movie comes out. That's when we start talking about a movie. With that interview alone, I don't believe shit that any actor says about not being in this movie.
Andrew's in it.
There are Daredevils in it. Kirsten Dunst, they're all coming back.
I think
Oh,
Ryan Reynolds is also going to be in this at some
Get
point.
the hell out.
What?
You're pushing it. You're pushing it.
Too
I
much.
think Ryan Reynolds. Who knows? We're going to get Hugh Jackman as the greatest showman.
You're pushing it.
That's the greatest show, man.
You're pushing it.
Hugh
Oh,
Jackman is
man.
going to be Uncle Ben.
Jamie Foxx as
Get
the soloist.
out.
Now Hugh Jackman as the greatest showman.
Get
Hugh
out.
Who's
Jackman
next?
is Uncle
Who's-
Ben.
Listen, I'm going to close this
Calling
out
it.
before we keep going. Y'all, make sure you follow us on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Make sure you listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and of course, you can catch our YouTube for our live facial reactions to all this. But without further ado, gentlemen, we can go on all night with this, but I got to cut it here. We got to get this out to the people. I'm your host, GrandMasterHoop, DrJaceAttorney, Darce, Rose the Crafter, and NinoDesplazado. We signing out. Y'all go enjoy this trailer. Come up with your theories. Let us know in the comments what you think. Have a good night, everybody.